I'm a priest of the Diocese of St. Augustine. Father Joseph Kuhlman. Went to Nice High School and Providence High School, and then played basketball at Rollins College near Orlando. And was going to go to med school, but then felt called to be a priest. The Blessed Mother is, for me, it's how she's the way I found God, or how God found me, I guess. I mean, I've always been a practicing Catholic exteriorly, but interiorly, I didn't give my heart to God until I had consecrated myself to Mother Mary. For me, Mary is my salvation, because I was on the path to perdition before she found me, because I was living according to my own agenda, my own plans, a selfish life. And so most of high school and college I was in a relationship, and she was a Catholic woman. We wanted to get married, and I was going to be a doctor, she was going to be a teacher. But it was like I was living for a calculated plan in my head rather than Jesus Christ. So it wasn't, even though if exteriorly it looked like a good plan for life, we weren't, or I wasn't, I can't speak for her, but I wasn't truly following Christ. And I was scared of opening my heart fully to Him. So after my senior year in college, I got accepted to the University of Florida for medical school, and was hoping to get engaged that summer after graduation, so this summer of 2008. And I had some thoughts about the priesthood in college, and I shared that with my former girlfriend, and we didn't like hide it or not talk about it, but we didn't like to talk about it, and because our dream was to get married, have a big Catholic family. And but then prior to getting engaged, I had to rule out the possibility of the priesthood, so I met with a priest, Father Remick of our diocese, and we met Saturday, August 16th, 2008. By that time, I'd already moved into Gainesville for med school, gone through orientation, and then the first day of med school is Monday, August 18th. So on Friday, August 15th, the Feast of the Assumption, went to Mass at St. Augustine Catholic Church in Gainesville, then drove home to Jacksonville to meet with Father Remick. We met at 2 p.m. on that Saturday at Our Lady Star of the Sea, because that's where he was stationed at the time. And then we talked for about an hour. After that, I went to confession. After confession, I was praying before the Blessed Sacrament, and had an experience of God that I'd never had before, a personal experience of His love that just brought me a peace that I'd never tasted. And that experience gave me the strength to change everything. So that led to going back to Gainesville, and then the first day of med school, I withdrew from med school, moved out of the condo I just moved into 2 weeks before, canceled my loans, and then Father Remick got me lined up at Ave Maria University to enter a year of discernment. So that experience in prayer before the Blessed Sacrament, I didn't know for certain that I was called to be a priest, but I knew at least I needed to discern it to see if this was God's will. And so obviously I had to break up with my former girlfriend, and so I entered this. It was like God gave me the strength to make all these changes, but once I got down there, it was like He pulled the rug out from under me, so to speak, because I was so attached to my former girlfriend and dependent on her in an unhealthy way. And so I went through a period of deep suffering. There was a point where I was probably depressed, and I cried more that year than I ever had in my entire life. And I didn't know what I was doing. Basically rock bottom experience of my whole life, because everything I had sought before that was being taken away, and obviously I gave myself to it, but I wasn't ready for it yet, or at least I didn't feel like I was. And so it was in that time of great suffering that I first consecrated myself to Our Lady. Some friends at Ave Maria asked if I wanted to do the devotion total consecration to Jesus through Mary. And so we prepared for 33 days, the method through St. Louis de Montfort, and our day of consecration was the Annunciation, March 25th, 2009. So on the day that the eternal Son of God became man and became dependent on Mary for his human life, I became eternally dependent on Mary through the formal act of consecration. And it wasn't like a lightning bolt experience, but I just know before that I was resisting my vocation. After that, after I'd consecrated myself to Mary, I was open in a way I'd never been open before. And so I always tell people that the conversion my entire life took place on March 25th, 2009. And especially through praying the Rosary, I just received a peace about my vocation to the priesthood, and essentially never looked back after that. So that was almost 8 years, it'll be 8 years ago, this coming March 25th, and I have no regrets.